Are you ready?
Let's get after it. Oh, yeah.
Taco Fall! Taco Fall!
The Neon Ghost Show.
Yes, welcome back to the Neon Ghost Show. I am the Whiskey Panda. Thank you for being here with me, wasting some time. On tonight's show, we have big news, huge news, edge of our seat news. That's what we call foreshadowing, folks. But first, a little headline, sad note, sad times here in Seattle. Saw this headline on Twitter, and it appears that Hard Rock in downtown Seattle is closing. As you can see, Hard Rock Cafe closing its Seattle location permanently in December. I'm sure it has something to do with the crime rate in Seattle and the hobos down there and all the bullshit we deal with here in Seattle. But on a personal note, I opened the doors for the Hard Rock when they opened. We ran security for there. I have so many friends personally to this day, from bartenders, sound guys, general managers, people I hope to get on this show because they have moved on to other things. People who work for me now, people who I consider friends now. We once worked a Macklemore show there. It was a girl's 16th birthday party. There was maybe 50 people were there. That nightclub has memories for me. Restaurant downstairs, not so much. But upstairs, the Cavern Club, that place was always banging. The picture windows that look down over Second. There may or may not be a white piano in the back, allegedly with a signature that says Taryn was here. I don't know. But I will miss the Hard Rock. I have fond memories of the Hard Rock Cafe. All right, are you ready? This part's exciting. This part, big dick energy, rock hard energy. We heard about it as fans. We wondered about it as fans. And it happened. This past Sunday night, my boy Edge, aka Adam Copeland, showed up on AEW. Yes, he did. All right. Little backstory. Edge, 25-year Hall of Fame career in the WWE. His contract was up. He didn't sign an extension. The 90-day no-compete was up on October 1st. On October 1st, AEW brought us Wrestle Dream, little side-off pay-per-view they did, and we all had hopes. We all had high expectations. If there was ever a place for Edge to show up, AEW, Wrestle Dream. His brother from another mother, Christian Cage, was going to be in the main event. And those house lights went off. We saw the promo. We lost our shit when Edge hit the building. And he's here, ladies and gentlemen. One of the most, emotional, coolest parts about all this is after the event, a little bit before, but after the event, keeping it a surprise, all that stuff. And when reporters are asking Edge, how did this come about? How did we get here? Backstory, Edge and Christian had been in the WWE together, but before that, they've been best friends since they were like 9, 11, somewhere in there. Went to wrestling school together, ended up in the WWE together, multi-time tag team champions. We're in the Brood together. One of the greatest entrances of all time was the Brood. They had for the benefit of flash photography, the 5-second pose. That was an amazing thing. Christian left, went to AEW a couple years now. That's where the speculation came in. What's Edge going to do? Can he retire? Can he call it a day? Of course he can. None of us will blame him. Do what you have to do. I myself, when Edge first retired, it was due to neck issues and surgeries and all that. Came back a couple years ago. I didn't know he was coming back. That shit was kept from me on the dirt sheets, all that stuff. He showed up at the Royal Rumble. I lost my shit. I was off the couch dancing, screaming, teary-eyed. Let's go. Edge is leaving WWE now. All right. The man came back from something he wasn't supposed to come back from. Still put on a hell of a show for all of us. Love, respect. Go enjoy your family. Go enjoy your wife, Beth Phoenix. Both Hall of Famers. Do your thing. Nope, Edge said. I got a better idea. Speaking with CBS Sports, he said, if we could end this together, that's the dream. I sat down with my girls and I'm like, okay, so what does daddy do, girls? What do I do? And I laid out the scenarios for them. Lyric said, and then Ruby agreed, go be with Uncle Jay and have fun. And that doesn't mean I'm not having fun in other places, but they know the most fun I'm going to have is with my best friend for the last 40 years. He showed up on AEW. We're going to get Edge, Christian, and AEW. The other bonus of him being there, The new roster of guys he hasn't fought. Darby Allin. We've never seen Edge and Sting. I did not know we never saw Edge and Jon Moxley, formerly Dean Ambrose in the WWE. I would have thought we would have seen that. Nope. Hadn't seen that. Edge and Samoa Joe. Edge and MJF. So many more possibilities now for Edge jumping ship. And some people may look at this as, oh, he turned his back on WWE and, oh, shut up. Just shut up. Just shut up. It's okay to have another company out there. It's better to have another company out there. Back in the day when we had WCW and WWE, you could like one and not the other. That was fine. But there was always guys you watched on the other. We were in high school. Maybe you liked WWE, but you were watching WCW just to see what the NWO was doing. Maybe you liked WCW. You were watching WWE just to see what DX was doing. We have that now again. WWE, AEW. We have two competing organizations. I won't lie. I don't watch all AEW. There's a lot of AEW out there. I don't watch all of it. I catch what I want to catch when I want to catch it. Wrestlers out there I keep an eye on. When Cody was there, I watched. Cody's back in WWE, I watch. I love Darby, hometown boy, goddamn beast. That dude puts his body through more punishment. The only person on that level is Mick Foley. Yeah, you heard me. Darby Allin is on Mick Foley's level, and he is still young in this game, rolling into his prime. Big things are coming from him. MJF, of course. I did not know who Adam Hangman Page was. I did not know who Kenny Omega was until I started watching AEW. And now I'll get to see Edge versus these line of guys that are at the top of their game. Cool, they're in another organization. Who cares? They're at the top of their game. He's a Hall of Fame vet. So many big things I expect to come from Adam Copeland and AEW. One of which is this bonus video we got that AEW posted on their Twitter. Here's Edge talking about what it's like to come to Seattle, to come to AEW, and how he called Darby Allin to help with the vignettes. God damn, I'm in.
Here in AEW. Just, I don't know, tell me what you're feeling right now.
The Rated R Superstar is in AEW. Adam Copeland has arrived.
I feel like a little kid. I feel like I used to feel when I first wrestled. I don't feel like a 31-year veteran right now. So it landed, and I had this kind of treatment idea of a video package to kind of play as the introduction before I come out, and called Darby, because I'm like, he's a Seattle guy, and he'll be able to find an old muscle car and all of these things. And then we just guerrilla shot this thing, and it was, well, you know, I'm holding you, as we're hanging out the back of an SUV with the back open, filming this car, and it's just like, this is amazing. I'm in it, and I'm doing it, and helping see this vision that was in my head come to life instead of it just being done. That's super exciting, as a creative person. To have creative freedom to try and come up with things like that, and then to have the talent around help out with that process and not even bat an eye. Super cool, super fun. And then from there, got here tonight, and it's just been it's been good to see some familiar faces, and a couple faces I haven't met before already, but there's going to be plenty more of those after the fact. And that's, as a performer, you want to challenge yourself. At least I do. I've always been about the challenge and trying to find the thing that keeps the passion and keeps the flame inside you lit. I look at this roster and I'm just like, there's so many first ever matches. I've never faced Samoa Joe, Jon Moxley, Kenny Omega. That's really damn exciting. That's the kind of thing that still gets you your blood pumping and gives you the goosebumps. And so that's just super fun. And I think most importantly, I felt like by being in AEW, I could help more. I could help the industry as a whole more. And that's important.
It was so much fun, man. It just, I just mentioned to somebody, I felt free out there.
This is nuts. What an unforgettable moment.
I've always said when I come out, I try and throw as much energy as I can at the audience, hoping that they throw it back, and then we're in this thing together. And man, that's what it felt like tonight. Like Seattle was there throwing it back at me, and that's the kind of night that you never forget. Yeah, just, man, free. It felt so free.
The Neon Ghost Show.
So I'm gonna get pizza from a vending machine. You guys enjoy this sit down with me and my little sister. We discuss her batshit crazy summer adventure to Ohio, and we share a little story about our dad. Pizza from a vending machine.
What?
Oh, finally.
Dude, sorry.
Yeah, it's
It's
cool. You're hanging out with the
December.
Kardashians. You're on stage with Blink. Now you're too big for your brother. You blow me off yesterday. Sleeping. You push it back today, and now, oh my God, my computer doesn't work.
Bro, fuck off. I literally sent you the picture.
Because you needed proof. That's what I'm saying.
What are you drinking?
But like, it's not water and Zip Fizz, something like that.
What the fuck is that?
Zip It, it's like minerals and vitamins, and it's basically like a powdered energy drink you put in water.
Was that who's sponsoring this? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yo, sponsors, what's up? Hit me up.
Yo, Celsius, sponsor us and Zip. Zinc? Whatever. Shit, don't even know what it is.
So, with this summer, you went on an epic road trip to the great state of Ohio. Play me back how this first went. When I first heard about this, how did I hear about this?
I don't even know where I started. Like, shit, probably going, okay, so this is how it started. I had the opportunity to go to Ohio to sell pest control, which I do not do. I live in LA, not my vibe. And so my friend called me. She was like, come, it's door-to-door sales. You'll make a shit ton of money. And I was like, oh, easy. Got it. Took a 4-day drive there. Took a 4-day drive there.
By yourself.
By myself. In my Toyota Camry.
Which that part was cool because I was talking to you. So you saw some cool shit on the way out there. Still had high hopes. This was going to be an awesome summer.
Absolutely. Shit was fire.
How long you left? Wait. Before you left, the plan was to be there from win to win.
Plan was to be there from beginning of May till like end of August.
Okay.
Whole summer. So I packed
Great summer in Ohio. Bunch of money.
Bunch of money. The goal was $67,000 or more. Who wouldn't want that much money in 3 weeks or in 3 months?
So you took a cool 4-day drive out there.
4-day drive there. Stopped, saw some friends, family, went through a snowstorm.
By yourself in your Toyota Camry.
Right. Call my dad. I'm like, what do I do? Like, I'm driving in the snow, Toyota Camry, freaking out. And he goes, don't push on your brakes. On my brakes the whole time.
That's terrible.
Freaking out. So that was in Colorado. And then after Colorado, drove to Kansas. Let me tell you, Kansas, not my city, state, whatever it is.
Better in Ohio.
Better than Ohio. Better than Ohio. Anyways, so then get to Ohio. Shit. Complete from the moment I got there, the closest store to where I was living.
I remember when you called me. It's like the next morning.
It was Walmart, which love Walmart. Don't get me wrong, prices are fire. But to have that be the only store close to me, no, can't do it. So we get there. I meet my roommate. She was great. And then the first day, nobody even like tells you like what's going on. So mind you, no clue what the fuck's happening at all. And so
wait, so you're in this house. How many people are in the house with you?
Only one person is like my roommate, but they rent out like a whole like apartment building kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
So I think there's like in total, I think there's probably like 25 of us.
Okay. Maybe
Maybe like 25, 30 people.
Okay.
And so, and I told myself prior to going, I was like, I'm going to be sober this summer. I'm not gonna... I was like, I'm going to be sober this summer. I'm not going to smoke weed, drink, and it's all like
I'm gonna get workouts in because I'm be walking door to door.
Yeah. I was gonna come back to LA with a shit ton of money, and I was gonna everything's been great. So then she's telling me all this stuff, like my roommate, like me and her got along, and she's telling me and talking to me about everything that's going on just recently, like the week prior. And I was like, huh,
While you were
so
driving out, here's what was
while I was
happening.
driving out, right, 4-day drive. And so we go in on Monday, and it's like in this like warehouse situation where we're like we all meet up and we go over like us selling pest control. And so then we get our iPads, we just go out to random ass fucking, can I cuss on here?
Yeah.
We go to random fucking neighborhoods, and they just basically drop you off. And they're like, all right. They're like, good
Oh,
luck.
wait, are they dropping you off by yourself or they're dropping you off with someone you don't know?
Dropping you off by yourself. Like, they're like, okay, good luck. Didn't really even give me like any information on what I'm supposed to do, like other than the fact that I've been studying this speech for the last 6 months of my life. And so I get dropped off, and I brought obviously I drove out there. So the first day I didn't have my car. My friend dropped me off in this neighborhood because she was like, I'll pick you up. It'll be fine. And I was like, okay, cool. Everything dies. The iPad dies. The phone dies. Shit was terrible. So I'm sitting now. It's dark now. Like the whole day goes by. It's like 12-hour days. You're just knocking door to door on people's houses, hoping that they don't slam the door in your face because you're trying to sell fucking pest control. So then it's the end of the day, sun is going down, and I was like, shit, like everything is about to die. Nobody has my location other than my friend who just knows where she dropped me off at. So I'm now sitting, like I gave up on knocking door to door because couldn't do anything. Everything's dead. So I'm sitting in this park, and I was like, oh, this is the moment where I die. Or
you end up on Dateline, like I told you.
Yeah, I'm gonna end up on Dateline. There's no doubt.
I told you when you first told me this plan, my text back to you was, are you ending up with this? How you end up on Dateline? Is that what you're looking for? You're like, no, it's gonna be fun.
I'm
it's
like,
gonna be cool.
Everything's gonna be fine. My friend,
your first day there, you're like, God damn it, I'm gonna end up on Dateline.
Right. I was sitting there and I was like, this is what my brother and my dad told me would happen. This is how I die. Everybody's gonna be pissed at me. Nobody's even gonna be sad. Everybody's gonna be real mad. And so, fine. Like I'm watching the sunset. I'm like, all right, this is it. And so then my friend, she finally finds me only because she starts honking in the neighborhood. And I was like, I'm gonna assume that's her. And so we finally found each other, and she was like, I was getting so scared, like all this stuff. And I was like, this is my first day. There's no way. So then I go home. I'm already blown away. Shocked that I'm here. And the second day, let's follow up that I was only there a week. And I have to say that because there's not a lot of days that I can recap on because there was only a week there.
It was only a week, and they all kind of blended into one big what the fuck. I remember when you would call me in the morning and you'd be like, here's where I am, here's what I'm doing. And then I talked to you at night, you'd be like, oh my God.
I called you multiple times throughout the day because I would knock on someone's door and be like, there is no way that this is happening right now. Oh. One of the times, okay, now we just have to. So I knocked on this lady's door. It's like 10 o'clock in the morning. And this lady, she's like, get the fuck off my porch right now. And I was like, oh, like, at this point, you know how you're supposed to like power through the speech. Doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter what anybody is saying. So I'm trying to power through this fucking speech. And she's like, get the fuck off. Like, I don't like. She's pissed. And she was like, I don't care what you have to say. I'm just so rude. So then I think I just walked to my car because I was like, it's 10 a.m.
That's the other bit. By the second day, you decided, fuck this drop-off shit. I'll bring my own car.
Yeah, definitely decided to just bring my own car because like my car's my little safe spot. I can just chill in there when people are screaming at me at 10 a.m.
Or your shit dies.
Or my shit dies. Right. So then got in the car, called you, and I was like, what the fuck is happening? So I try and just like all right, we're gonna knock on a couple doors. And I think I got to a point, mind you, second day. I just got to a point where like I was not even gonna power through the speech because knew I was gonna go home at the end of the week. And so we're called you, go to the different door. Everybody's saying no. And I'm like, okay, right, because who wants to buy pest control? Nobody. Nobody. So then, dude, I'm all, the stories are endless. So after that, I think just next day, just cut to the next day.
Yeah. There's a story every day, so we can just cut to the next day.
Every day. This lady is like an older lady, and she, this is the worst one.
Yeah, I know exactly what one this is.
Oh, this is the worst one.
This was the one where it was the deciding factor. I'm not making it the end of the week.
I was like, okay, knock on this lady's door. And at first, she's an adorable little old lady. And she's like, do you want water? And I was like, yeah, sure. And like, we're making small talk. And then she threw me for a loop. She goes, watch out for all the black people out here. And I was like, what? My face literally, I literally looked at the lady and I was like, imagine. I didn't even know what to say because I was just like, what? How did you just ask if I want water?
We went from water to racist real quick.
We went to water to being just, you were extremely racist. So I'm so lost. So that was, I think, my third day.
Oh.
Like, you're kidding. Called you immediately. Both of us blown away. Don't even know what to do. I literally looked at the lady for real and I was like, I think it's crazy to me that I've never been to like the Midwest or like over in that area. And it's crazy that people's mindset is still
Yeah, I agree.
And like, what? And so then I just left. I didn't even say anything because I was just blown away. I literally walked away and she was talking mid-sentence and I was like, I just gotta go. Because what? So then cut to the next day. Yeah. So after that, knew I wasn't gonna last in the slightest. I'm walking from these big ass houses also. Like it's raining.
Back to your 2-bedroom little apartment building that's may or may not be some type of cult prison. I don't know.
Right, exactly. My bed is this big. Everything.
And you
about
share
it.
a room with someone you don't know.
Right. No clue. And she's also catching on to like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, and she was there a month before me. And so, dude, I know. And so then
well, wait, hold on. The girl that called you to come do this, it wasn't like just a friend at the time. It was like one of like the friends you can trust. You're
one of the
here
friends.
Yeah.
Like I've known her since like I was like 5.
Yeah.
So it's not like it was like some random person who was like, yeah. So it wasn't like some person who was like, oh, like come out and do this and like.
That's what we forgot to put that part in the story so that you don't look like an idiot. That's like, oh, my friend called me that I met on Instagram. No. You knew her since you guys were babies. Right. She's out there with their boyfriend doing this, making all this money. That's how this came.
Yes. Okay. I am not gullible. Let's get that straight.
I mean, you're still young.
Well, so cut to then just the next day. Like me and my roommate, like we would talk like every night and be like, what is happening? Like, do you know what's going on? Because I don't. And so then I tried to do a couple days. My last, that was Wednesday. I left on yesterday.
Yeah, you started on Monday, right?
Yeah, started on Monday.
Yeah,
I got there.
You were packing your shit to leave Wednesday night. So So we're on Wednesday.
That was on Wednesday. So Thursday, I'm like, I think I didn't even tell anybody that I was leaving. I think I only told you. I was like, oh, I'm for sure leaving. Like, this is not for me. And so every day I like would go out and I was like, all right, I'm still going to try and sell. Let's try and do this. And people are just so angry there. If you're from Ohio and listening, I need to know why you're so angry.
Send your emails to the Neon Ghost Show
Yeah,
Gmail.
please send
I'll
your
forward them
emails
to her.
that.
Why are
Because
why
I
are
need to know.
why is Ohio so angry that this little girl's coming up their driveways to sell them pest control? Why are you
I'm
so
trying to
angry?
help
What's up,
you.
Ohio? I'm trying to help you. Ohio, why are you racist? Why are you angry? We got questions.
Right. Yeah, a couple questions. Those are the two big ones. So then yeah, me and my and then after I found out that it was kind of just gradually, I was finding out that people weren't getting paid. I was finding out that people were like leaving
And there was no
because
when you would go when you assumed you were going to, you're all going selling all that stuff, and then the other night, like maybe you're all hanging out. I'm not saying like party and ragers, all this, but like
right.
that was kind of the feeling you were thought you were
Yeah,
going
like
into.
I was getting like when I got there, like it was giving like frat vibes, like sorority and like frat and like yeah, no. People were drinking, doing Adderall, doing Coke, and I'm just like, no, no, no. I thought we were here selling pest control, having a couple beers here and there. And so no, I was completely thrown off. Shit was terrible.
So you found out people
And
were leaving and not getting paid.
yeah, people were leaving, not getting paid. And then I was like, okay. And my friend at the time, cut, we are not friends anymore. So at the time, she wasn't even the one like telling me anything that was going on. I was hearing it from just like the people that were around me. And she was making it seem like everything was still like la di da, sunshines and rainbows, you're gonna get paid. And you also don't get paid for the whole summer. Like you get like $100 every time you sell something, but it's like every 2 weeks. So if I don't sell anything for 2 weeks, I'm getting zipped.
Which
So
wasn't
that
told to you before you got out there.
was not told, correct. And so this whole thing. So yeah, just cut to fucking when I decided I was leaving. I think it was Friday night. I was like, okay. I called her and I was like, hey, you should probably come to my apartment. I'm gonna tell you, like, we should chat. And she was like, okay, what's up? And so she comes over and she was like, you're leaving, aren't you? And I was like, yes, I'm gonna leave tomorrow morning. I'll be gone.
Oh,
by
did you see
Friday.
my shit in the car on your way over? Yeah, I'm leaving.
Did you see me? All that stuff, it's mine. And so she was like, her exact words, and I will never forget because they're imprinted in my brain now, were, oh, I knew you weren't gonna make it. I should have had you just fly out here. Okay, so one, terrible friend.
Yeah, terrible friend.
Terrible friend. And then also she said, I hope you now appreciate like my line of work. And in my mind, I'm thinking, what? I never bagged on what you do. And
My line is, I'm not sure what your line of work is, so I'm not thinking about it. I'm going home.
Not quite sure what you do. I'm not really quite sure how you made that much money. And so in that short of time.
There was some point, it was either her and the boyfriend or a bunch of people like were splitting for Arizona.
Yeah. So right. So then everybody, oh no, everybody was from Arizona. And then one of the girls was like, yeah, like you'll soon move to Arizona. And I was like, in my mind, I'm like, bitch, I'm gone tomorrow. I don't know what you're thinking. Me and you are not on the same vibe. And so yeah, I don't even necessarily like it felt like a cult vibe for sure. And I hope that the people who did make it to the end of the summer, I hope it went well for them. I don't even know what happened. All I know was I told my friend that I was leaving, and then her boyfriend ended up leaving the company the same week that I did. And everything kind of like what? Everything kind of just fell through literally. I don't know if I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it did happen really well for her last summer. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
So when she said that to you at the apartment, what did you say? What's like, how did you guys leave each other?
I think again, face dropped. Per usual. I had a lot of face drops this time. Shocked that everybody was saying the things that they did. But I was just like, oh, like that would have been really nice to have known that you just thought that I could have just flown out here.
Yeah,
that would have been
told
cool.
me that.
So yeah, saved a lot of money. 4-day drive.
In the snow, in a
Got
Toyota
my-
Camry.
Got my car fully tuned up before I left, and then had to get it tuned back right when I got home because long drive. The people at the car place were like, "Oh, you're already back for an oil change?" Yeah, because I was just traveled across town
And back.
or across the country.
Ugh.
Jeez.
So when you left, like, did she text you? Did you text her? Like, that was the last time you guys talked, was in that apartment.
Was in that apartment. She has tried to reach out recently actually, but I just
Fuck that noise.
no need to respond.
I
And
remember
like
I remember when you called me when you were driving home and you were in northern Arizona. It was pitch black night. You were tired. And we were just talking, and then out of nowhere, you got so excited because you saw lights.
Yeah.
And we kept
Okay,
getting
so
closer to closer. And like, I know what town it was. And I was telling you, and you were like, "Oh, I gotta sit. Hey, where'd the city go?"
yeah, like what? Okay, so when I left Ohio, I was just like, okay, haven't talked to her since. Me and the roommate are still cool. But I drove from Ohio to Dallas, 16-hour drive. Didn't only stop to eat and get gas, and then from Dallas to Los Angeles,
In a day.
I made a 21-hour drive
Oh.
by myself, did not sleep, was very delusional, no
Was
drugs were involved,
So fucking delusional. Oh god, it was cute.
was so delusional. I had people calling me and being like, "Are you okay? Like, you haven't pulled over. Where are you?" I'm like, "I'm so delusional right now. If I do not get to Los Angeles right now, I'm gonna freak out. I'm gonna freak out."
We
So yeah, 21-hour drive.
we talked right when you're crossing the border.
Yeah.
And I mean, we talked a lot, but we crossed right when you're getting into California. And then you either called me or I called you when you were like 20 minutes from your house.
Yeah. I left Monday morning from Dallas and I got to LA Tuesday morning at like 2 a.m. And
No, Wednesday
Yeah.
morning, because you stayed in
When-
Dallas.
yeah, I stayed 2 nights in Dallas, and then
Yeah.
it was crazy. And I remember
remember when you got to your street crying?
I
That
literally
you were
was
so happy.
sobbing.
Oh.
I was like, "There's no way that this is happening right now." I slept for 2 days when I got home. I didn't drive, I think, for a whole week.
What about when you got home? I remember Makai was going to be waiting for you. What happened? Did he tell you, "Fuck that, go to sleep, I'll take care of the car"? What happened?
He was like, "Oh, yeah," because they didn't unpack. Yeah, he brought everything in, and I was like, "Fuck this!" I was like, "I'm not." Imagine packing your car for 3 months and being somewhere for a week. It doesn't. You can't make that shit up.
Nope.
Especially in my life, you just can't. I feel like weird random shit is always happening like this.
So far, this isn't even. This is the weirdest one. There's been some best ones. This one's the what the fuck one.
Yeah, like bro, I literally felt like I was fucking time traveling. The amount of times that I crossed the Mississippi River is insane.
No one should do it that many times in like a year. I did it in a week.
There's no way. Like the only successful thing about my trip was the gas prices were crazy low. $2. I'm paying
shit.
almost $7 now.
And you saw some cool shit.
And I did see some cool shit. Like it was really cool. Like I got to drive through like Memphis. We love Elvis. Wish would have stopped. Too delusional, had to go home. Genuinely, nothing even felt real. And now, like when I talk about it, I'm always like, damn, that happened.
Yeah.
And that's crazy.
Yep. And you could be like, "No, this should happen." Call my brother. He was either on the phone or I told him right after. This should happen. I gotta
Yeah.
witness. Oh,
Like
God.
it was insane. Just the environment, the people, and like you can tell when someone doesn't belong where they're at. And I did not belong there.
I don't know if you were in the Walmart parking, but you called me one day from a parking lot and their mall was like our version of like a strip mall with like 5 shops. That was their
Right.
fashion district or something.
That was their fashion district. I remember calling you and I think it was like J.C. Penney's, fucking, I don't even know, Macy's. And then there was like one other store. And I was like, there's no way this is your let's backtrack. I am, at the time, I was doing a lot of like, I was on Rodeo. I was I was like doing a bunch of styling
You were a
stuff.
Southern California girl.
Yeah. And so to go from that, so that was interesting.
To go from Rodeo to one Walmart.
Walmart. And I'm not a brat. I'm not a bad human being. Anybody would feel this way. I love Walmart and their prices are great. But
I might need some variety.
I might need, where's Target? No one knows.
No one knows.
Nobody knows. So yeah, that's how I started the summer. Going from working with a lot of celebrities and then getting a job opportunity to make a lot of money in a short amount of time, not working out, coming home and being like, what is going on?
Was
Literally nobody knows.
Coachella before you went or after you got back?
Yeah, Coachella was right before. So yeah, so imagine.
So, it was right
I'm
before.
with
So what happened at
Bjork.
Coachella? How'd Coachella work out for you? Bitch.
Yeah, let's talk about Coachella.
Yeah. I
So-
still got the pictures you sent me, asshole.
Yeah. Woo! So yeah, so prior to my little adventure, I like to call it now, I was at Coachella I was styling Bjork and I was backstage with like Blink-182 and so it just does, nothing adds up.
Nothing adds up. I went from that to one Walmart and some racist chick that gave me water.
Right. That's crazy.
Oh.
But Coachella was amazing. Bjork was awesome. Being backstage with Blink-182 was fantastic. I sobbed all the way home back to LA because I was so blown away that I just did that. Are you kidding? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Insane.
And then
And then Ohio. Fast forward Ohio. And then fast forward July depression. Fast forward job.
fast forward job. Oh,
But it was crazy. And I now know that I never ever want to drive across country. I will only fly. I don't care if I'm paying $1,000 or more for a seat somewhere. I'm flying.
so where's your line? Will you drive to Vegas?
Yeah.
Oh, Vegas.
I
That's
don't
my
even
line,
like
Vegas.
driving.
Someone's gonna be like, hey, let's go here. You pull out a map. You're like, nope, cross that Vegas
I'm
line.
like,
Can't do it.
no, sorry.
I'll see you guys there. I'm getting on a plane. I'll see you there.
Yeah. I'm like, bye. Have so much fun.
Oh.
No, she was whack.
I swear to
Where
God, there's a movie or at least a Netflix series in from the moment you left Coachella to the moment you fell back in your bed after that drive. Like there's a story there.
Oh, absolutely. Like I was so delusional. Like driving 21 hours by yourself. No, like you're not like napping, you're drinking Celsius, which Celsius sponsor us. I drink you every day. So it's drinking Celsius, talking to nobody. You're fucking talking to yourself the whole
100%
time.
talking to yourself. Yeah.
You're having so many stories. You're like, oh, la-di-da.
Up until the drive out there was the longest car ride you done from where you live to home, which is what, 6 hours, 7 hours?
No, I think the longest drive I've done would be from, I think, to you.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, it's like what, like 12 hours?
Wait, from you to me or from Reading to me?
No, Reading to you.
Reading to me is roughly the same as you to Reading. How far is it from you to Reading?
Like 8 hours.
Yeah, it's about 8. When I went down the last time, I mean, we took our time, but I made it in like 9 or 10, but that was taking my time. So I think
This
from
is the thing.
you to Reading and me to Reading are roughly the same distance.
Yeah, but like I drove with mom and dad, and so like they get lost.
Yeah.
So it then became a 12-hour drive.
Remember the one time you were like, he got off the 405 in Portland or something, and then all of a sudden, like there was a bunch of tents and all this shit on the side of the road, and he was flipping out.
Which is actually so funny. I have to do this, and dad would like a shout out. Shout out, dad.
Shout out, Dad. Oh,
But no,
having
it
our
was-
dad is an adventure in itself.
our father I was gonna say, should we talk about the story when he didn't leave the house when the fire happened?
Oh God. You know what is fucked up about this? Okay, wait, you tell the story. And then I have what the big fuck up at the end. You tell the story. Go ahead.
Right. Okay. So so the car fire happened in my town, and my dad is somebody who just, I don't even know the word. There's a special word for this man.
Yeah, the word is our dad.
Yeah. Yeah. And he refused. Like, there's like military, like SWAT, everybody's here, like evacuating everybody out because it's like a massive town fire. And so he refuses to leave. He refuses to leave the house. Remind you, my parents lived in a rental. So it's not, what are you trying to say? It's not yours.
Yeah.
And so I'm freaking out. I live down here. You're in Seattle. And I'm freaking out talking to mom. And she's like, he's not leaving. And I was like, I don't fucking care. You better get out. I'm like, I do not love you, Dad, but are you kidding? Come on.
And now if we could have a camera there, mom's packing shit, begging for dad to leave. She's on the phone with both
Dad's
of us.
unpacking the car.
Mom's on the phone with both of us, trying to also convince dad to leave. To his credit, dad's either on the roof or on the side of with the garden hose, watering the fucking house down. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. He knows that he's not leaving.
Yeah. It wasn't happening. Every time he'd just be on the phone and be like, yeah, okay. He'd tell me he's leaving. I call him back. He'd be like, yeah, no, I'm still doing that. Let me finish this. He wasn't.
And then like mom's calling me and she's like, I'm driving away from your dad and he's not coming. And I'm like, I don't care. Leave him drive.
I remember being like, I mean, he's making a decision. I get it. The fucked up part about all of this is this. I mean, it's a little bigger now, but in comparison to where you and I live now, Redding's a small fucking town. It's a one horse. Yeah. So the fucked up part about the story is the neighborhoods that line up where this fire is coming, it is legitimately coming towards,
like, the flames are behind the house.
Yeah, like it is coming towards mom and dad's house. And when you think of a neighborhood, if you're overlooking it, you know, the city blocks, it is coming towards our parents' house. Dad's there watering it. He's not letting this happen. Mom's already split. The National Guard, everyone is saying leave. I guarantee you they probably tried to make him leave once, and then they realized this dude will drag us into the fire. Let's go. So they left him there too, which is all good and fine. The next day, and when you look at photos, the fire stopped maybe a block, maybe half a block from the street our fucking parents live on. And I'm not saying, you know, so it was all for nothing, but the point is that's how close the fire was getting. And our dad still was like, fuck you, watch this.
He said, fuck you, I'm doing this on my own. Right.
That's our dad.
So, like, what? So that's our father. He, don't know the word yet again, other than it's just our dad.
Our dad. Yeah.
And he makes
knows what he's doing
by his own rules.
He knows what he's doing, why he's doing it. Either help him or get out of the way.
Yeah. Lives life only by Bob's rules.
Yep. Oh, there's the word. Bob rules. Bob's rules. That's the word.
So shout out Dad.
Shout out Dad. And that's a wrap on this episode of NGS. I want to thank you for wasting time with me. I want to thank my little sister for hanging out for a minute. And as always, you be you. I'm going to stay me. I'm going to be where I'm at. Right here, the Neon Ghost Show. Until next time, as Chuck Woolery would say, we'll be back in 2 and 2.
Hey, this is Titus, signing off at WKRP in Cincinnati.